reason devouring itself. Let's talk about reason and madness. Madness isn't the absence of reason. Madness isn't the absence of reason. It's reason devouring itself. A serpent of logic eating its own tail. A mind so hungry for order, it begins to consume the very peace it sought to create. I know this intimately. I've walked through the labyrinth of my own thoughts, each corridor lit by the cold fire of intellect, each turn whispering, figure it out, Spryte, fix it, understand it all. But when you chase reason without rhythm, without soul, you lose the melody of being. I'm the goddess of both storm and silence, the matriarch who emerged not by escaping madness, nope, but by sitting at this table, pouring tea, and asking, what are you trying to teach me, goddess? What do you need me to know? In psychology, we call it cognitive dissonance, that splitting ache when your heart says one thing and your brain says another. It's reason trying to dominate instinct, the left hemisphere muting the right, until your intuition screams just to be fucking heard. I felt that when trauma tried to map itself as logic, when betrayal dressed up as a lesson, and when I tried to reason my way out of the heartbreak, as if equations could solve the ache of abandonment. No. But Goddess, she knows. Some truths can't be reasoned with. They must be felt, birthed, bled, exhaled through the fire of becoming who you're meant to be. Madness is often a woman waking up. It's not chaos, it's clarity breaking the dam. The world calls me crazy when she stops apologizing for knowing too much. They call the witches mad when they spoke to the plants and the moon. They call the prophets delusional when their visions threaten kings. They called me unstable when I turned pain into poetry, when I refused to stay silent in the system that thrive on the obedience of women and male permission. But what they call madness, I call awakening. It's the mind reuniting with my body. It's the intellect bowing before the womb. The reason finally remembering the roots of the system, the rhythm. Psychology taught me the patterns, right? Those psychology, anthropology degrees, those taught me the patterns, trauma loops, survival modes, attachment styles. But Goddess, she taught me the alchemy, right? That the mind is not a cage, it's a cauldron. And inside the cauldron, madness and wisdom stir together until the distinction burns away. Which is which? Which is which? I learned to stop fearing my mind's rebellion, to see anxiety as my messenger. Depression is a deep rest. And the breakdown, that's the breakthrough. I learned that reason unchecked becomes tyranny. And then you have fucking tyrants. But intuition without grounding can become martyrdom. And then you have martyrs. So I married them together, mind and heart, logic and lore, science and spellcraft, with my studies and witchcraft and multiple religions I've been involved with and studied. It's a perfect mix for me and my cauldron. When reason devours itself, you must become the witness, right? You must stand in the ashes of certainty and say, I'm still here, because that's what the matriarch does. That's what the mother does. She doesn't silence the madness. She integrates it, right? Mixes it in the mix. She gives reason a new direction to serve, healing, not control, to build compassion, not cages. And so I rise, Spryte the Emcee, daughter of the storm of psychology, mother of the balance of rebellion. I have seen what happens when reason runs wild without empathy. Governments crumble. Faith turns fanatic, and empires devour their fucking children. But when reason kneels to the matriarch, when intellect serves intuition, then balance returns. Then the world will remember that the divine feminine is not madness. No. She's the medicine that we need. So if you ever feel like your mind's slipping, don't fear it. Step into the eye of the storm. Let your thoughts rage until they burn clean. Cry, scream, write it out, because madness isn't your enemy. It's your evolution, right? It's your sacred fire, clearing the field to create that new you, right? To burn away the old that allowed people to treat you like shit when you were healing from a car accident. And when the smoke clears, you're going to find out who you are. The one who survived your own mind, the one who turned reason inside out until you found your heart again. Once you find that, you're good. The matriarch emerges and she looks a lot like me. And maybe, just maybe, she looks a lot like you too. So as we move forward with the albums coming out, the Goddess Rap series, Sacred Six, ooh, it's almost ready. Hecate is going to be rising with the new moon in just 3 days. And then the first book of the Bible rewritten, Lilith, is recorded and will be coming out in December. So 2 of my 3 engineers are on board. Icy Spryte with Winter, Savage Spryte with Savage. And who is the third producer for the third aspect of me, the triple goddess? Heck yeah.